just finally moved the the first pile yesterday. It was getting pretty big, and the soldier fly larvae were just getting out of control. So, finally turned it over here. Put some ashes on top. It's like the ashes from the cook fire. But then there's still a lot of them. So you guys knock piles over, which is kind of nice. They burrow little holes, and then they're spilling it over the side. So it's good for like oxygenating and all that, but there was just too many of them. I couldn't keep a decent pile. I kept having to, take from the thing and put it on, kind of going like that. So I torched them. There's, a fair amount on top. But it was maybe 5 times this yesterday. Probably a couple hundred. Went around with my torch, there's cooked one, cooked one, cooked one, cooked one, cooked one, living one, cooked one. So I went around with my torch and cooked a bunch of them. Just the top layer. These guys were deeper in there. So I did that yesterday, mid-morning. And then by yesterday evening, nearly all of those torched ones were gone. I'm surprised those are still there. They may be cooked a little too much for them, but like right here, I was showing you. There's some carnivorous little guys. There's 4 of them eating out the insides of one of the cooked ones right there. Let's see what we got. So that's coffee grounds that he's eating on a piece of old cardboard. I'm gonna, do my morning coffee, put the coffee grounds out. That's his head, that little tiny end, orange end. So they just kind of shove their heads inside probably the rear end of the cooked ones. And eat those. What I don't get is where are all the flies? You'd think there would just be swarms of soldier flies, but it's like there's no real flies. No soldier. I mean, there's a handful of soldier flies. Here's one that died. Oh, I guess where he's at. He did his mating, and then he was just chilling up here for 2 days before he finally died and fell. I should probably do a video of this at night. It gets kind of interesting at night. So during the day, the little lizards like to eat these guys, these soldier fly larvae. And then at night, like the big spiders come out, and cave crickets and all that jazz. They kind of roam over this pile. Or that pile, but that pile's, nothing right now. Once it gets going, they'll be over there. You got some wood chips, sawdust kind of from milling for the winter shower. So some wood chips, some ashes, some greens, some pine needles, and then the poopies. It's a little too small to be putting coffee grounds on that right now. It just gets saturated, so doing my peeing and my coffee grounds on this one still. Kind of let these ashes drink in the good. And this was covered in ashes, but these soldier fly larvae eat out most of the ashes. They're flavored ashes, flavored with coffee grounds and pee. So that was a fly right there. I don't know if the thing caught it. It's just doing circles. Aggressive little circles. But you'd think it would just be, you know, there's probably 1,000, maybe a couple thousand, 2,000 or 3,000 soldier fly larvae in this pile alone. So you'd think that there'd be thousands of flies. It's like these guys never really mature. I mean, a couple of them do, but most of them just don't seem to make it or something. They pretty much dominate the pile. Really not much to see. To take a look at night. See the other bugs. So these are fairly common over here. I consider them a pine forest wasp. It's like a inch and a quarter long. Normally they're not too bad. Sometimes they get attracted to the light. Usually it's just these tiny little wasps. That are attracted to the light. That one was just, in May, these June bugs come out, banging on these windows, trying to get in at the computer light. And that one was just banging until it finally got in. I had to spray it. Let's see what's at the poopy pile. Finishing up one of the cooked ones, it looks like. Grasshoppers like to eat compost too, it looks like. I like to eat my underwear.
Even for this woman, even for Simon the self-righteous Pharisee. And see, here's the thing, the mark of a Jesus church. Sinners feel welcome. They're welcome to come. Now, would the woman have ever gone to Simon the Pharisee's house if Jesus hadn't been there? Did she feel like I got a green light from Simon, this religious leader, and boy, he'd accept me, and he would talk to me, and he would deal with me? No way. Simon the Pharisee, he had a not welcome sign written on his face, written on his house. Prostitutes are not welcome here. Sinners, tax collectors, you're not welcome here. You're unclean.
And my shirts. I eat a lot of holes in my clothes. One was up on this corner chewing away at plywood. Cut down a tree. And then we got one chewing on the tree stump. Here's a cave cricket. So I fed a cave cricket to a spider. That thing was pretty cool. That kind of spider takes down its web every morning. It sets it up at night, takes it down in the morning. So you don't run into it. There he is. Another cave cricket. Those things got hard shells. Another little frenzy. Ants getting in on it too, it looks like, maybe. Yeah, there's one of those roots. That plant I was going on about. Like, wow, you know, if these roots are edible, they make a good meal. You can kind of see that's the root of it sticking out right there. It's not edible though, it's pokeweed. Make these little purple berries. It would be sweet if pokeweed was edible. So that root right there is, you know, that's like a big carrot right there. Like an extra long carrot. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's not in the right spot. Little stink bug. Got all kinds of stink bugs. Different colors and all that jazz. I'm a little concerned that my figs ain't changing colors yet. It's October 1st, I believe, today. That's still 85 degrees. Low for the night. 60 maybe? 65, 70? Yeah, 68 I think is going to be supposed to be the low for tonight. So what goes on the backside of this first, let's see. That's from a grasshopper right there. It's not a poop stain. Grasshopper eating it. Grasshoppers seem to stain your clothes. Put holes and they stain. Little meeting going on right here. Let's see what they're talking about. What's up, guys? I want to know too. Kind of like a meeting of the ants. It takes a while to say something. Day long likes to eat crickets. That's another cricket. A lot of crickets. Crickets of all kinds. Surprised there's nothing on my clothes. Everything likes salt. Still no figs on this guy. Yeah, so strawberries are perennials. I was thinking they're annuals, but they're perennials. Strawberries are doing good. I mean, they're not fruiting, but nice green foliage and looking healthy. Here's my garlics. That's like about 3 inches right there, that sprout. That guy's maybe 4 inches. Garlics are sprouting though. I transferred a lettuce and a lettuce from that front planter. I'm going to be removing that front planter when I get the backhoe. Oh, cricket. Something ate a couple leaves off that lettuce last night. Didn't catch what it was. Like a little warbler came through, a bird came through this afternoon, was picking some bugs off those plants. So the backside of this thing, log pile, is like a ton of mushrooms. Just all, I mean, it's young, like mainly mycelial growth still. But there's some starting to spread, or sprout, I mean. But you'd think, oh, this nice, young, yummy mycelial growth would be some good foods for some bug. You know, it's kind of like you got a lot of mycelial growth going on in a pine forest. It's crazy that things don't eat it. There's some turkey, there's false turkey tail, but I got some actual turkey tail starting to sprout back here. Turkey tail's a nice one for medicinal, like false turkey tail right there. It's orange. There's a snakeskin back here somewhere. What it was. Oh, there we go. That's a wood roach right there. He's in the right spot, out on the log pile rather than in the shack. So there's two kinds of roaches, or they just go through a ton of day long, or they just go through a phase. Maybe June, July, there were a bunch of winged roaches. So these wood roaches don't like the light, you know, they're kind of like a typical roach. And they stay outside for the most part. They like the wood under the barks and the logs. Here's my turkey tails. Tell by the colorations. Maybe save that log for inoculating with. Oh, this looks like it's gonna fall. It doesn't look very stable. Let's hope I did a better stacking job on the winter shower. Oh yeah, and like maybe June, July, there's a bunch of winged roaches that were actually attracted to the light, you know, so I got the computer going at night, like what drew that wasp over, you know, the light from the computer. Watching Ancient Aliens. Can never get enough of that. Yeah, those winged roaches, you know, they actually fly around, they're attracted to the light. I had one get stuck in my eye. That's kind of not cool, but it happens. You know, it's kind of one of those things. Yeah, it happens. Don't you get stuck in your eye? Got my vines. Planted some garlics a few days after those mulberry tree garlics, you know, instead of setting traps over here. So kind of the thought is the onions and the garlics may be repelling the that was just a couple little millipedes, nothing cool. There's some really big millipedes out here. They actually leave, you know, their exoskeletons behind. You can see them kind of like seashells. cave cricket. So cave crickets are huge, or at least these ones are. That one right there is like probably an inch and a half long. Yeah, the wing roach has stopped though. It's very seasonal. Just missed a wood roach. Very seasonal. The bugs. They come in waves. These wood roaches seem pretty persistent though. You know, I was seeing them. My first one back in March, I believe. So that's like crazy early. There we go. That's a monster. Not as big as the one down at the stream. You know, from kind of this side, this upper right, upper left, to this bottom right. That's like three and a half inches leg span. That is just the biggest spider I've ever seen. Focus. I didn't think they made them that big. Must have been made in China. Come on, come on. Got some little spots on his abdomen. Probably like a wolf spider. I think a wolf spider is about the only thing that size. That, you know, is, you know, like one of these athletic body types. Wow. I think it would eat toads probably. Minnows. So most of the ones, like the one on the shed, I want to say it's a fisherman spider, but I mean, this guy being down here by the water, he might be a fisherman spider. I'm going to put my finger next to it. This is what happens when you're out in the woods too long. You start poking at dangerous spiders. So you can kind of just see right there. I'm not touching them, maybe like a ½ inch away from it, but that's, you know, its body is almost as thick as my pinky. I don't want to get bit by that guy. Wow. I think that scared him though. Nope, nothing seems to scare him. He's like the king of the jungle. He's just like chilling there. He's like, touch me, I dare you. Oh, don't dare me, guy. And he's definitely chilling like a boss. This one is probably about 2-inch diameter. This is like the one that was under my sock. He doesn't got any dots. Stream one. That was a fisherman spider. Maybe this is a wolf spider. You never know. Nice 2-inch spider though. A can collection. Don't worry, I don't have a drinking problem. Those aren't full of beer cans. Oh wait, maybe they are. Mosquitoes starting to come back out. And this pile looks dead, but that's just because it's got a nice crust of pine needles. inside of it. Probably some interesting things going on. Cool thing about the compost piles is it's got like hot spots for life. You know, you give all that food, you know. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Those another wood roach. I scurried. Small, well, not small, like an inch diameter. Cleaning himself, huh? Licking his chops. I had one of those big spiders crawl on my leg while I was sleeping. That was the only time, I think. Oh! That might be a male. Well, that Wilson variety. Doesn't seem to like the light. So I set up, you can't really see it. Set up this web tonight, but tomorrow I'll have it back down again. Which I think is pretty cool. There's a lot of beetles on this. Saw one mating. Getting ready to lay their eggs. Are you mating, guy? Well, just sniffing the butt right now. Probably be mating soon. The back one's like an inch long, that front one's like an inch and a quarter long. Pine forest bugs. Have like 3-inch antennas. Oh, another one. I saw 10 of them just kind of chilling around here. There's another one. Right there. Well, I was showering. Today there were like, these are smaller variety with not much antenna. A bunch of them I'm missing today. Oh, yeah, we got 2 that are. This looks like a Brett Kavanaugh situation right here. That one was trying to mate with this one, or so she says. And it didn't end well. I got another one. We got another one, plus a different beetle. Not a click beetle. You get some 1-inch click beetles, or like 1.5 long click beetles. That seems to be out of season for them. They were more of a early summer type deal. Start of the log pile. Oh gee. It's gonna be a big one. Yeah, they like to smell the dripping saps. That guy might be stuck in it. Definitely get some of those amber situations going where they get stuck in it. You got impressive antennas, guy. Kind of a disappointment. Compost pile. wood roach. What's up? Yeah, yesterday I made some ramen, this is shrimp, 2 packets of shrimp flavored ramen, can of tuna, can of water chestnuts, and I ate it after I made it. Well, I made a batch of it, so I had some of it right when I made it, and then like 2 hours later, I had some more, and when I was eating it, about 2 hours later, I found like an earwig in it, and I was like, trip me out. It's kind of like just 2 hours old. I had the top on it, my big glass bowl with the Tupperware top. This is a kind of cool millipede. This is something I'm not familiar with. It's not big or anything, nothing special. It'll focus. Better, I guess, than I was keeping my foods right in the little cook pot. And I had the lid on it. It's like, oh yeah, the lid's on it. It'll keep the flies out. And then, cook it and eat some. And I got stuck, keeping it in the pot for eating later. And I don't know, I'm coming back to eat it later. What do you call it? Scraping down the food on the sides of the pot. I start scraping, I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't food. It didn't look like, the food I was, scraping down. It looked different. So, I actually looked at it. There's a bunch of fly eggs. It's like, oh. And after that, I started using the big Pyrex bowl with that nice, like, suction seal lid. Just to make sure it gets in there. I don't know where that saw that ramen, tuna, water chestnut. Give it some French fried onions, like a sprinkle of that, and it's just like, wow. French fried onions, I'm thinking it'd be great on anything. Thinking about like breading stuff in it. How people do like panko breadcrumbs for breading chicken or something. Bread that chicken in some French fried onions. Crush up those French fried onions. It's so much better. Yeah, but maybe the earwig was on the French fried onion bag, or maybe it had somehow gotten into it. I close my bags, a Ziploc seal bag for the French fried onions. I close it right after I'm done using it, pour it onto whatever, and seal it. But maybe it has somehow gotten in there. Maybe it just fell off the roof at a bad time. Fell off the ceiling. Oh yeah. Pop a slug. Yeah, the slugs eat the mycelium. This one's a nice yellow one. That's probably about a 3-incher. 2 and 3. That's 3. Still coming around. Yeah, that's 3 inches. Heard a mud dauber making a nest in these logs. Mud dauber wasp. Haven't found its nest yet. It's kind of cool that it's making it in the logs rather than on the shack. I should be doing it in the logs, not on the shack. I don't like that. Mr. Oh, that zoomed in really nice. Mr. Man is not in the shack. Don't worry, I don't have a roach problem. It does it. Yeah, we got a nice little night. Nope, that's one of the orange. Oh, I don't know what that is. I think that's one of the orange paper wasps. Oh, whoops. There's how he's all orange. Some of them are like black, or really dark, like a super dark brown. What do we got there? Oh, it's nothing. Don't look. Well, they're not so much on the interior. I spray the interior with raid, ant, and roach spray, and it's what do you call it? We got another one. You know, kills on contact, but then it lasts 3-4 months. That's definitely a male right there. Yeah, so that female, I fed her that cave cricket, and then next day, yeah, I'd leave on this light to track some moths for her. And, you know, it would draw in these wasps right here too. But after eating that cave cricket, it just, next day, it just did this little wimpy, next night, a little wimpy. Yeah, stick bugs come out at night. They like to mate. They like to mate on the shack. And it did a little wimpy, web. And then the day after that, I didn't even bother. Didn't even bother with the web. So I'm done feeding them cave crickets. And they finished these ones. They never finished filling them, but they stopped putting in chambers. I was hoping to see some cooler stuff, some cooler bugs on the that's a good spot for a roach, you know, out in the wild, not on a shack. Whoops, that's what happened, I moved the light. I'm gonna see some cooler stuff. So close, so close. Oh, he's missing it. The beetles start to twitch. Not much of a hunter, this snake. in the compost pile. A bit no luck with that. Just one more thing, a freshly sawn stump. That was a roach. Got the ants. And, oh, another roach. Almost looks like a beetle. This is a monster tree. I'm gonna use with a backhoe. Yeah, the day long legs shove their butts in between the chunks of bark to hide. Got a lot of day long legs in the pine forest. What's on the other side? I wonder. Some of those beetles mating. They're like, freshly dead tree. Let's put some eggs in it. Found a cavern today. Small cavern, but see if anything's coming out of it. Not really a cavern, just some kind of a void. Yeah, so I got it looks like back in the day, aliens made a wormhole and transported life through the wormhole inside these little metal spheres, Klerksdorp spheres, using the Cassini effect. Got some metal spheres, and I got some. Yeah, that was the cavern. Nothing going on in it. Yeah, I used the quartz to make the wormhole, and then you put your life inside the sphere, and then it's travels safely, kind of about incubate, like in hibernation, microorganisms life, and the sphere rusts out eventually, and the microorganisms rehydrate and come back to life. Oh, what's this? Got a new thing of lard. Yeah, I finally got rid of that other one. It was just melting too much and leaking through there. To get onto this wire, which go down and get down there. There's some. Keep cleaning it, but it's got residue on that wire. Yeah. There's my klerksdorp. That's what it's called. Klerksdorp sphere. Metal sphere. It's not really metal. It's like this iron. This used to hold a klerksdorp sphere right here, kind of where it hit the mud, and after it traveled through the wormhole and fell from the sky. And these are what make the wormholes. Nice little quartz geode things. Definitely sounds like this is a seeding location. Got a lot of these little quartz geodes going on. This one's got some nice crystals. Really nice crystals going on. These are pretty common, these metal spheres. But the quartz. Yeah, I thought it was a compost pile.